once again, EVOS with the Joy and the Fredrin. If it's going to be the same bans over, it's going to be a Min Sitar ban from Onic and a 1-1 ban from EVOS Legends.
What do you do now,
by Onic.
Rashi? What do you do now? Like, for real, right? EVOS Legends have been stomped 2 games in a row with the same exact first phase bans. Even when they changed, nothing seems to work. What do they do?
I think at this point, what they've been doing is trying to have like an all-rounded, better rounded composition, but it seems like Onic is just completely outclassing them in the execution department. So I think at this point, considering they've tried a lot of things, one thing they haven't tried is going all in one direction. We've seen that although that when Onic gets put in that situation, they know how to draft a composition that can avoid the very thing that EVOS needs to win. But I think EVOS needs to try and find a bit more clarity in how they want to approach this. If they try and match the macro pressure, match the neutral objective control from Onic, I feel like it's just too difficult to do so as of right now.
And with that being said here, Arashi, right? With the Melissa pickup here from Onic, they can replicate the same thing if they want to. EVOS, do they still want to stick with the Farsa and the Lapu Lapu?
They kind of have to against a Melissa.
I think the Lapu Lapu maybe could be changed for something else, but Farsa I think is a very good weapon. Although for EVOS now, putting a bit more prio in the gold lane department, having a Beatrix that can contest in the wave clear department, paired with a bit of a crowd control, can definitely take control of a lane, burst someone down. We'll see if this actually works out though.
Oh, we do have a comment here by Zaysto here, Miracle. Onic is indeed very strong, but I still feel that EVOS can win.
Whoa.
Agree or disagree?
Well, can win, obviously, right? Everyone can win, but it's a 1% chance right now that EVOS are sitting on, and again, that's just a fact currently. Looking at Onic's performance, looking at EVOS' performance, looking at their games, Onic were literally playing with their food in the last game. Now with a Farsa and Beatrix, it's like it's 2 picks that are so vulnerable to a huge song that Onic can definitely pick up right here with the Valentina too. But they go for the Arlet. So again, a hero that can dive towards that back line that is super, super vulnerable. And also, it's a good Arlet pick here, taking it away from EVOS, because the Arlet does pretty well against the Melissa.
It's a great hero for sure, depending on the situation. But EVOS getting a Kaja this time, ensuring that any assassin presence from Kyrie might just be deterred enough to not make it to the Land of Dawn. Now on the second banning phase, we'll see what both teams trying to target for. But on that note, Eterna, we're talking about exactly that. They've been essentially playing around with EVOS and still having a dominant performance. I was saying that, is that the reason CW was getting caught 3 times? He's trying to make a point that you can pick me off, but you won't get anything afterwards. Kind of exposing the timing of EVOS, and if Onic can just do it so much better.
That's the thing, right? Even coming into the drafts here, EVOS are looking to change things around, right? Because in the previous game, in the second phase, they opted to just try and shut down Kyrie. The Haya the Fanny was the choice of ban here, but EVOS now, they're gonna go for the Kufra ban, taking it away from Keyboy. Onic gonna respond with a Masha ban. Very interesting here.
It is a hero that Psychots has used before, so that is that could be possibly the mindset behind it. I do like though the fact that EVOS is targeting Keyboy a bit more, because let's be real, one of the main success keys for Onic is when Keyboy gets to make those plays, when he has something that he can use to completely abuse the situation, like the Hilda for example. Even though it's not engaging, it was still something that EVOS couldn't deal with. So trying to shut him down in the drafting phase, I feel like could work, depending on the situation, of course.
But with that, why didn't they just opt for the Hilda ban here, Miracle?
I don't know. The Hilda ban here, I feel like for EVOS, right? We're talking about EVOS. I think setting up for a Fanny is what they're doing right now with the Ruby and the Kufra pick. I think with the Kaja and the Farsa, they're going to be able to back up their jungler really well in the early stage of the game, so they're not really concerned with the Hilda. Meanwhile, though, I think they should be really concerned for their XP lane, because right now, the reason Onic hasn't banned out the Lapu is because they want to face the Lapu. The Arlet does super well against these passive XP laners like the Lapu. Lapu needs to wait for level 4. Meanwhile, Arlet can absolutely bully this Lapu. Onic can go for the Yuzong ban right now for themselves, a good lane against the Arlet, and give the Arlet just free reign. Or they could go possibly for a glue, but the Yuzong just does a bit better. Can also go through the go away with the Black Dragon form.
Called it perfectly, Mirko. And that's what they're doing, right? Usually they leave the last pick for Boots, but putting Arlet in his hands, they want to make sure he does have that solid lane. It is a big win condition for Boots. So we'll see for EVOS, what can they get to try and face that? The Masha and the Yutong, two of the most oppressive EXP laners, have been banned away. The Terizla is something they could try and use, but it can work, right? Looking at the situation, looking at the composition Onic has, everyone will be clumped up together. It's something they can try and experiment with.
It is a possibility, the Terizla. It doesn't really work with the Melissa, though. So they can try and hope to win that lane, but they still need a different answer for the Melissa. So they're just going to go double down onto the Lapu Lapu here for the EXP lane in the hopes that they can find something later on after the laning phase. Here for Onic, though, they can close it out with a pick for Keyboy and a pick for Kyrie. With a really good high ground coming in from EVOS, they need someone to be able to dive through that. Do they want to go for an assassin, or do they want to go for something like the Martis or Nakai that can just disrupt and go for more objectives?
Hayabusa works really well here for Onic, and then they can pick up, or maybe even the Fanny here. The Kanja is the only one who can really say something about this fight. Oh, it's going to be a Grok and a Kadita that gets picked up.
Grok jungle?
I believe so.
Seems like it. I think that logically that's the assumption. I was thinking the Grok for the Roamer might make sense, being more immune to the crowd control, but wow, this is something we're not expecting earlier. EVOS will round out their composition with a Martis. Equally immune to crowd control, equally oppressive in the early stage of the game.
I wonder what Yeb is thinking right now with the Grok pick and the Kadita. We have seen the very unique drafts coming in from Yeb that has worked out. Remember the first game against Alter Ego where they let Alter Ego take all their comfort heroes. Melissa, Diggy, everything. Let them have it because we'll counter it with the banana split. This doesn't look like a banana split. This looks like a full front to back, or actually just a full team fight composition, Arashi.
Full team fight composition, but I think funny enough, right, with both teams being so good in the team fights, I feel like now it will come down to the non-team fight moments to really decide how that team fight goes. If Onic can get a bit ahead, if EVOS can get a bit of steam going on in the early game, they could very easily take over.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 3. A possible match point for Onic. They managed to take this game. EVOS Legends, an uphill battle. Very steep uphill battle for them as they try to beat Onic with Keyboy, again, doing some emotional damage with the M1 emote.
Oh man, not again, right? And coming into the Land of Dawn here, we do have a moment to check out the spells as well as the emblems. And what stands out for you here, Arashi?
Well, Brands has a flicker, but he's up against a lot of crowd control threats, so I kind of worry for his safety. Keep in mind that Sans can still very easily take the high ground. Look at that, Dreams!
Already forced the flicker in. Sans, though, definitely has the flicker to follow it through, but he doesn't want to go for it. Already a Purify and a flicker burnt out early. Petri and Inspire are going to be very... Oh, there you go. Already Sans pushing the tempo. Gila Sans!
And even before that pick coming in from Sans onto Hijume, even though there were no casualties, that already semi-sets the tone for Onic, making EVOS Legends think a little bit harder here. As you can see, Brands!
Oh my god, Keyboy!
What was that? He just goes in, half HP, gets taken out by the turret, so no quote-unquote kill given away, but that is definitely something interesting to witness. Now back at it again, just controlling the objectives. Turtle will be usually where Onic starts making their move, right? Forcing EVOS into uncomfortable territory. And now, look at that, Keyboy, still again, being the main target for EVOS. Almost like they really want to shut him down so that the backline stays safe.
And yet, he has been taken down, but not onto any of the members from EVOS Legends, which is quite interesting here. It's turret larger than Keyboy right now, but both of these teams are gonna center focus once again and back onto the turtle.
Oh, Boots now jumping in, the Petrify connects, and there goes Hijume. Kyrie now with the wild charge. Saikat's able to use the anti-CC build in his kit, but look at Boots with the resets on the Vengeance. Already dashing back and forth now onto Taz with the Breath of the Ocean connecting once again. Boots will get another reset. Another one available for him. Sans is stolen to Decimate. He wants to look for those executes, man. And Onic, they are able to secure the first turtle of the game, uncontested with a brilliant team fight.
Can I just say that the synergy coming in from Boots as well as Keyboy was just impeccable there? How did they synergize those skills to perfection, being able to take Hijume off the board? We said that EVOS Legends had a very strong backline, and both of these teams, both these players say, what backline, but whoa!
Okay, they're gonna go in. Oh my god, they really went in there. 3 ultimates burnt out for Kairi on the Grok.
It's a tank jungler though, so you use so much resources to ensure that that kill gets taken. Like you mentioned it, Trina, the synergy for Onic, that is where this all begins, right? They seem to know who they want to go for, what to avoid, and keep in mind, when that team fight was brewing up, we know that usually teams send their EXP lane, the tankier member, to try and zone everyone away. So while Boots was doing that, I saw that Sans was going to the top side, but look at Keyboy!
Again, overextending a bit far there, but Arnott's going to be able to clear the wave up top. Here, we have the time prediction, and it's exactly the same. Pulung, Ranger Amas, KB, and Mirko. We've gone for EVOS.
Very interesting. No changes whatsoever.
We're never going to change.
We do see... Oh. Wait, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Depends.
Really, like,
Alright.
it's your perspective.
Right now, Onic with a 1,000 gold lead here in the 4th minute of the game. The thing is, sure, EVOS Legends were able to get a pick onto Kairi there. You can see through his PD as well, but it needs to be more than that. They need to find kills that they can translate into something else, because if kills is the only thing that's the target for them, Onic, they're going to win in that macro department.
Yeah, they have to find like a big picture kill instead of just like random pickoffs, you know, because they took Kairi, but the turtle was gone. The map pressure was all favoring Onic, so even if they got the kill, they were unable to push waves, they're unable to deny EXP or gold, or take gold platings, gold turrets. So they have to try and do something a bit differently. For Onic though, like I was saying, Sans went to the top side to try and clear the wave so that Boots can be there first. So I think the setup game is still very much in Onic's favor, and now look at Kairi, forced to use the wild charge, I believe.
Okay, Boots already getting side cuts really low. He's still holding on to the final slash. He goes in there. CW is going to be able to find the kill onto Dreams. The Sans goes back in, but Taz will be able to take him down with a Decimate. Boots trying to go onto Hijume with now Taz caught in the muddle placement. But it is going to be Boots who jumps in all the way under the turret. Taz with an outplay as the crowd roars here. But Onic have secured a turtle and now another objective on the board.
That's just so much trust happening, honestly, for Onic. Taz was able to get a little trade over that with Boots being taken down, but Onic gets 2 in return. So still in favor of Onic here in the 5th minute of the game. And what I meant by trust was the Feather Airstrike was opened up, but CW trusted his teammates to cancel it. And on the Melissa, he didn't dash out, but rather he dashed in to put more damage onto that backline. And that's just the layer, the brilliance of Onic here once again. Still, 1,400 gold lead, Arashi.
That's just how they play, man. The best crowd control is death. So if they can move up and they know they have enough damage to deter Hijume, they will do so for sure. Looking at the items right now, still leg plays built up instantly for Brands, knowing that he needs a bit more security. For CW, it's the exact opposite. Not even Boots available, so he's a lot slower, technically. And he has all that damage, though, and he's going to try and use it. For now, it means that Dreams and Psychots, if they can jump on him, that will be a difficult situation. He has only the goalway to work with.
Man, and looking at the both of the gold laners, right? CW already has 2 items on the board, whereas Beatrix doesn't even have the DOD, only the Fury Hammer for that damage. I think he's behind 1,000 to 2,000 behind as Onic once again putting pressure, but wait!
Look at Keyboy, able to find the flanks as Kairi was just a bait. The Divine Judgment comes down. Psychos, the bravest fighter, now onto Keyboy. But he will be able to sustain back up. Kairi with the wild charge, only onto the wall. Psychos able to clear the wave. Hijume going to be engaged on. That's some bursts coming in. Hijume pops the Purify defensively. They will be able to survive up top. Onic with a few kills, but no objectives.
But look at what's going on. They're able to send 4 members, spend so much time right here still, chasing that dive potentially, chasing the tower takedown, and yet there was nothing around the map. And look at that. With all the pressure exerted on the top side, shutting down Psychots, they now move towards the turtle as it spawns up, and they will have the pressure advantage. It's going to be a 5v4 for Onic.
Again, Boots already jumping in there. Bennett's Rage already popped in. I believe with the Defeater's Passion as well by Brands. Really a lot of ultimates committed. Boots only with the final slash. Now it's going to be the snipe. Brenner's Oh, that's a good Divine Judgment, but it's cancelled away by the rough waves. Didn't know that interaction was possible. The wild charge goes into the back line. The roamer down for Onic. Taz going to be able to secure the purple buff as Boots is going to be chain CC'd. Now Sans dealing some damage onto the back. Not able to utilize the damage enough here. CW has rotated down below and Onic will lose out on the team fight. But they will secure the neutral objective.
Yeah, that's a 2-for-1, 2-for-2 if we count the turtle as well. As Onic still leading though, 3,000 gold difference. Taking a look at the gold differences here by UBS Gold. CW still quite ahead. And it's concerning at this point. It's not too much of a lead that EVOS Legends can't come back for sure. They just need to be able to utilize Dreams a little bit better here. Find the pickoffs, find the trades, don't play into the tempo that Onic have set.
I think what is impressive for Onic is not just how they're able to win in these early engagements. We talked about how the gold lane was just, the gold difference was kind of expanding, and it's not because of kills, right? And this game is actually even 6-6, and yet Onic, every single one of their important members have a significant gold advantage, about 500 to about 1,000. But the fact that they're able to do so without getting all those kills just means that something is just going so much better. The rotations, the control over the neutral objectives of their opponents, right? They're able to pressure them away. And if you look at their jungle, for the most part, everything has been able to be secured. So if Taz wants to try and go for a counter jungle endeavor, it's just too difficult.
Bronze, take it out there. A beautiful Divine Judgment by Dreams. 1, 2, and 2 is a stat. But again, very similar to game 2. A lot of kills being taken away by EVOS Legends, but still the gold lead remains. Oh, wow, that's a frontliner. Assassinated. The 3 deaths on Keyboy makes you think that he does no damage. A final slash though by Boots, forcing the flicker out. That's a massive resource burnt out.
And that's the perfect timing, once again, coming in from Onic. Without Psychots here, Onic going to be able to set up first. Taz, Dreams, they don't want to let this slide though. They are going to buy some time perhaps for Psychots to respawn. Maybe try and reset the Lord to go in for a full V5, V5. But Keyboy here, he's going to be the main deterrent towards that backline. Hijime and Brands, they have to be careful with that positioning.
CW already with the muddles right there. That's giving the Renner's apathy. Charged in, looking for Boots. But the airstrike comes down, but it's only on towards Keyboy right now. He's going to be caught in the Divine Judgment, but he buys enough time. Onic, they set up for it now. It's the Divine Judgment back in the wild charge as well. Psychots on the back with the Raven Spider. Boots going in as well, but it's forced to flicker defensively out. Now EVOS Legends are pulling the trigger. It's a double kill for Brands, but Onic are still in control of that gold lead. Kyrie walking forward menacingly with the power of nature, that anti-CC acting as the frontliner for the rest of the team. Hijime recalling, CW jumping in. Dreams will still be able to escape here. Hijime still has a position to flank. Renner's apathy not going to connect. And Onic, despite being down, more members are still... Oh no, Hijime gets caught here! Ooh. CW with a good read. Hijime with the wings by wings, now trying to escape. Where does he go to?
Keyboy?
He sees it. Hijime just tries to clear the way, but he will die. Onic, they were down 2 members. EVOS Legends had the numbers advantage, yet Onic were the ones who were able to push the pace. What's going on?
They're able to get that pickup, they're able to get the orange buff as well, and Taz is still members isolated while charged.
Again, it's the Divine Judgment, and it's Onic. All Onic. The Nibiru's Passion will be placed down by Brands to clear out that top lane wave. But now all the tier 2s will fall for Onic. They will take it down like it's nothing.
There was a moment before that all went down. Hijime had the chance to recall, but did you see him cancel it? I think he was looking for a moment there to put some damage onto the back line of Onic, but because of that, he gets taken down in response. Ooh. Wow, very aggressive here by Keyboy as well as Kyrie. Gonna be able to zone them out, but EVOS does still and will still be able to have those inhibitor turrets standing.
So far, they're on track, using the first Lord to secure all the targets, but now Boots goes in!
And that's going to be a Kaja that gets killed by his own ultimate. Onic, again with the beautiful catch. San stealing the Divine Judgment perfectly here. 1, 2, and 5 in the game. Stat-wise, not too impressive, but then you look at the objectives, you take a look at the map pressure that they have built for themselves here, and it is really, really something else, man. Even there, Taz missing the retribution, being forced out of his own jungle.
Boots got stuck on the barrier there for a bit, but look at that. they're just able to actually find such good fights right here. And they always find fights where EVOS Legends seem to be just unprepared, either from a macro standpoint or a positioning standpoint. Even when they jumped onto Dreams, EVOS could have easily jumped on that play and counter-engaged if they were actually in position. But the fact that they were not means that Psychots, as well as I believe Taz, they're just forced to stand there and watch Dreams gets taken out. A big important factor though was the fact that Onic uncharacteristically were forced to go to that initial first Lord fight and leave the wave in the bottom side, almost taking down the turret. And that could be something that EVOS could use to try and get a lead yet again. The waves are set up and the Lord is spawning, so this is their moment, their chance if they want to try and attempt a pickoff.
In addition to that, right, I think a lot of the pressure, wait!
Dreams finds the Divine Judgment, but he's going to be brought back by the final slash. Even the flicker now onto Brands, with Kyrie joining in the fray. The Nibiru's passion gets popped in with a feather airstrike, but Sans wants to keep going. He's still able to dodge, bobbing and weaving as Kyrie jumps forward. It's CW who wreaks havoc with a double kill, looking for a triple.
No
but
way.
Sans, he just flickers forward to steal that one away from the rest of Onic. 4-4-1. Divine Judgment still ready. Only Heejuman left to defend. The mid wave's coming crashing down, but Heejuman will fall!
Oh my god, they're gonna end!
13 minutes! Match point for Onic!
Reset the game 2 minutes. Onic takes it away just like that. Look at Age. He has no idea what to be doing.